Alright, hello and welcome back to the road to better chess, a never-ending journey into the future. Yeah, we are ready to play another game and see what we may see. So let's hit that search button and see if we can find a 15 plus 10. The previous game we faced a Rossolimo with one of the main lines, Rook E1, preparing for Bishop F1 and C3. And we played not the setup we normally play, so it was really good to get some more experience in a different setup. And here we are again, and we are also black again against e4. So here we go with c5. Yeah, here we go with c5. Closed Sicilian. I never know what to expect here. Closed Sicilian. Alright, any of these moves is probably... I'm just going to go ahead with knight c3. This could go into a Grand Prix attack, or I don't know what this is called, or this. So we'll have to see. This is also potentially... no wait, this is e4. You can't go into like a London. Yeah. So we'll just have a look. I'm just thinking now on bishop out. It is a Grand Prix attack. Okay, against the Grand Prix, I do not remember my theory at all, but I believe I want to fianchetto and break. Yeah, because eventually I think I have pawns on both of these squares. Okay, we're not going to spend too much time. We're going to fianchetto against it. It feels like it should be safe-ish. So let's see, I'm expecting knight out. Now I think we just go. Yeah, it seems rather normal. If we go and they hit us though, we are, we're looking for squares we can put our pieces. Now I actually think we do this, preparing to break here. We also have this immediately, I see, although it doesn't really help us that much. I actually think you want to take back with your pawn as well. So I wonder if we now go here, preparing to put our knight here and then break this way. Because if we put it on f6 and they kick us, the knight just has to run away. We can go here, but there's nothing there. We can go here, but we're kind of stuck. We could also come back like this, but it's a lot of time spent. So I do think this is our move. We do have this knight jump if the bishop comes. Yeah, the f5 move is always kind of scary looking, but I actually don't think it is scary if you remember the theory, which I currently don't. But yeah, I think this is our move here, and we can castle. We can try open up with d5. Interesting. Yeah, I think this is still fairly okay for us. Can't see any specific other moves I want to play right now, so we don't. Huh? Was that monkey? Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think I did. Was it me? I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, he's doing a little otete time now. Right, little man is here next to me again, helping with the support, with the outside assistance. Oh, hey, Angada, hello, and Vaibhav Kumar Mohanty. That is an amazing name. I'm sure I mispronounced it. I'm so sorry. I'm rated about 2,000 on this account for Rapid, so we'll see how we do. I think we're actually approaching kind of the middles towards 21 at this point, but every game could be a win or a loss. We're definitely learning as we go, improving as we go. So yeah. Apologies if I mispronounced, by the way. Alright, so castle. I think castling is just safe. If they do this, I actually think we can take. I've kind of forgotten a little bit, but I think so. Take. We can also take with our knight. Yeah, so I think castling is perfectly fine. I don't think we have to do this, but we could, I guess. If we castle and we break here, that does also open up our light square bishop. They are going to have some pressure down the file, down the diagonal, but we will deal with these things one step at a time. Yeah, so I do think this is one of the moves that's always scary, but I don't actually think it's that dangerous as long as you take this way. I think that was the important point. You have to take with your G pawn to keep the E pawn, to keep this kind of center alive. You could even do like this, take with the queen, but I think taking with the pawn is probably more principled. It allows us to get our light square bishop out. But yeah, this also is going to be something we should take care of. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, little yawn. What's a D3? Okay. Just getting the, the dark square bishop out, I guess, hitting this pawn. Is this the time now for us to break? We break, and of course if you push past, that's got to be good for us. If you take, we take with our pawn. This is still sufficiently defended. We've got some attackers on the e5 square, a knight and a bishop. We could push, but I actually don't know, like if they come here, I'm not so sure I want to give them this square, so we could also fianchetto ourselves. That's also something we could do. That also defends our c5 pawn against this bishop coming out. After the bishop comes is actually a nice time to jump the knight in as well, because they have to take with their bishop. If they take with the knight and we take back, we're actually forking their pieces. Yeah, so we don't have to react to that bishop itself, but we have to find a home for this guy. I mean, this diagonal looks pretty good. I'm just not sure if I like the transformation here. I feel like I'm losing a bit of control. Maybe we don't move the pawn. Yeah? What'd you say? It's a playtime. Aren't you taking a nap? Come here. Come right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let me just get this little guy sorted out. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Just freaking out if little man needs to eat right now or in a bit, but you just had some food, so we're going to give you a little bit of a gap, before we give you some more. Alright, so it is d5 is the move we're looking at. Or b, it depends on which diagonal we want to be on. Can we defend this? The other thing we could do is we could just put our bishop here, and if they take it, it's not. We can also play h6 and then here, and just keep the pawn defended that way. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. It definitely feels like the right move. I'm a bit uncomfortable with the way the position changes, but we're here to learn. So let's play. Oh wow. Okay, our opponent is actually in the chat. That's amazing. And I'm assuming they're Russian. Okay, welcome, but maybe don't listen to the stream while we're playing. That feels a little bit not good, right? I would appreciate it if you check out the video after our game is done. I think that's a little bit more fair, correct? But thank you very much for checking out the channel. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I guess my rating is 2054 right now then. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So we decide to play d5. Feels like the right move. Not sure exactly about the position that the... Okay, they do close it off. So this actually feels like a mistake to me, but I'm not sure exactly how to punish this immediately. So we can do this, but that gives them that square for their knight, which I don't really want to do. Ne? So maybe we start off by opening up the queen side, bringing our own bishop onto the diagonal, because now our opponent has no immediate breaks. So I don't think we have to rush so much. They can't go here because we will immediately fork. So I think we've got a bit of time. And if they come in here, oh, okay, maybe this is something we need to consider. Here. What do we do then? Here they jump in. We can try and trade it off this way. If they take, we would take with the G pawn, I guess. Which still feels okay. But we could also start with, with H6, just stopping that knight from coming in at all. And then we can play here. Yeah, exactly, my man. Exactly. Are you hungry? Maybe Furin, he is hungry. Okay, let's get you some. I'm gonna get a6 on the board, just stopping that knight from trying to get in here. We have all the other entrance squares already controlled, so that seems good. Yeah. Oh. Alright. Oh, little man is very hungry and talkative all of a sudden, I guess. Yeah, we'll give you some foodies. Hey. Yeah, truly a family channel. Truly a family channel. Alright, trying to break, but actually that doesn't, I think, matter too much. We could, I don't specifically want to open this side of the board though. What do you say, my man? What do you say? I think I'm happy to continue the plans that we had. No pawn is immediately weak. We can get our bishop out on this diagonal. Yeah. And then we could always... Oh, wow, okay. So our opponent is basically saying it's all going to be on that side of the board. This is a French structure. We're now playing a French. Yeah. I'm very surprised though. Okay, so I think we have to take... Because they can't take back with a piece. With a pawn, so that seems correct. And we can get a tempo on their... Wait, we can get a tempo on their... Oh! Okay. Interesting. So they've got 3 attackers, so we can't keep the pawn, obviously. Should we just work to get our knight out? Should we get our bishop out? Should we get our knight onto this square? If they're coming in here, these are the squares that are weak, so maybe our bishop here makes sense. Yeah, I do like that. I think that's good. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. So, I'm actually going to mute the mic a little bit. Alright, so our dark square bishop is now something we're playing without. which I think means we have to break actually. But we can take and then trade off and then play a bishop game. Um, maybe we don't trade. Maybe we don't trade, but then we kind of have to do. Yeah, Daddy. Exactly. Um, here takes here, lose the pawn. All right, let's just get out onto the c file with the queen so long. Yeah, Maniki. All right, bishop out. So now we can force a trade here if they don't want to lose their dark square bishop, I guess. Um, I don't know if that's really something you have to care about. Maybe we start off by just getting a rook over to this side of the board. Maybe here. Hey. Yeah. We have to make some plans about how we want to play this position style. I do see a way for us to get our dark square bishop in the game maybe, which is good. Yeah. Yeah, Maniki. Oh, that's okay, man. Okay, so they're opening up there. Oh, that does give us a potential square though that we can play with. So I think that's actually something we go with here. We're gonna try get in here. Oh, Maniki. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Alright, little man can get a little extra foodies. No, not anymore. I can actually show you here. This is what's visible. No worries. Alright, coming out with the knight to try and stop us. I actually don't think that quite works. This bishop is currently kind of also not doing much compared to ours, so although we are down an active piece, I don't think it's quite that bad. This pawn might hang, we got to be careful. Yeah, they're going to take, we're not going to take this way because then we're losing the rook. We're going to take back this way. And now we got to see, do we try to take this pawn? Do we push our pawn? Do we bring our bishop back out? We can also jump our knight out here or here to try and attack that, but obviously the bishop gets a nice shot as soon as we do. But I don't think there's anywhere the knight can go that causes us immediate distress. So I don't think the pawn's immediate problem. We can get an isolated pawn here to keep pushing maybe. Maybe our opponent has a little bit of a space problem. It's difficult to tell. Difficult to tell. No, not anymore. Not anymore. just don't come here. That's all. That's all. All right. Let's see what our opponent tries to find. or decides, or okay, so rook up, defending the backwards pawn. I'm actually wondering, yeah, what to do. Um, think we have to push, or we have to bring back the bishop. We could also try hit the knight like this. I'm not so sure though. We just got to try and keep. They're almost certainly going to bring it here, so yeah, I think this is okay. Worst case, I think we've got a escape square for our queen still here. Seeing some other continuations that look scary. We'll have to see. Yeah, hitting us with the light square bishop. This was also a nice idea by them. Now they'll have 3 attackers on that, and we'll have 2 defenders. So we drum back, they take, we take, maybe they take with the knight, we take, they take there, this is hanging. If we go here, then we're, oh no, that would be weak. So if they go there, we could, actually, this is actually not the end of the world now. But it is dangerous for sure. Dangerous for sure. If we hang this pawn, how bad is it? How bad is it? They take. Is there anything else we want to play instead? We could take this way, trade off the rooks on the file. If we do this, is there a knight jump that's immediately troublesome? Not that I see. I could be completely mistaken, but I think this might still be okay right now. We'll have to see. And obviously the point is, well, the point is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not used to that situation. Alright, knight jump. So attacks there, defends there. Okay, now I did make a mistake because this is hanging with check and I can't defend it. So this was a big mistake. Is there any way I can make something? Oh, I can do this, I guess. You take it in some way. Still nowhere for me to go. Yeah, no, I made a massive mistake here, unfortunately. Um, what can I do? What can I do? Well, I'm going to give up the exchange, I guess. That's kind of the main point. We'll have to see if that's terrible or not. Yeah, here should be okay. Let's see. That doesn't matter. This one, not as bad. I guess we could do something. Alright, it's gonna be this knight though. I don't think there's any other in-between moves. So they can try and get this outpost, which looks really strong. Or they can just take the knight. We attack it. Oh, maybe they take a pawn as well. Exchange. Or they take the exchange and we take back in some way. Yeah, okay, so here we go. We come over. And they do take the exchange. And now to decide how to take it back. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let's take with our rook. Alright. Take with our pawn. They can get in here. Our position is getting really tough. Yeah, this is not a good situation. They'll be able to trade off a few things depending on how we go here, so gotta be careful. But I think, you know, the play is a little bit forced right now. We just gotta go with it. They can get queen over, they can start trading a bit more. Bishop, not quite yet. Yeah, just keeping all the pawns safe and together. How to do... Alright, I think we're bringing our dark square bishop out. I'm not really used to having my opponents is rather unfortunate. Definitely not ideal. Yeah, just shutting down our options a little bit. Alright, I think we're going to have to start finding some other ways to make play here. Not easy to find a way to make play for ourselves, is it? Yeah, this is far from ideal, but what to do? And they're definitely coming in on this side of the board. Alright, well, let's make some counterplay and see how it goes. We're in a really tough spot. And basically, everything I say could potentially be used against me. So I'm not enjoying that much. But I guess that's what happens when you stream. Alright. I actually think that was maybe the best potential variation we could have gotten, but now I realize my pawn's also hanging, so we're definitely going for a situation here, aren't we? Yeah, we just lost another piece. This is a disaster. Hey. Where's the queen coming? Needs to come down there to there. So we can take the file for a second. Yeah, we're just down so much it almost doesn't matter what we do, is it? It's a difficult situation. I'm very unsure how to play now. Everything's hanging. Oh my goodness. I mean, we just completely lost. We have to trade. Yeah, this is really bad. Oh well. Okay, make a move. Which one's worse? I can't tell. Yeah, thank you, GoXD, but I am down 2 pieces, so 1 pawn doesn't matter. Um, Yep, and they get another pawn back anyway, so not the biggest deal, right? Uh, sure. Honestly, there's very few ways for me to play here. And very little time to do it in as well. Yeah. Um, Not sure which is worse, so just gonna go here, I think. Avoid getting tagged, I think. Pinned, I think. I can't actually attack it. This is a rather tough situation. Um, just back again, I guess. Check on G3. If he doesn't move, nothing extraordinary. No, there's definitely nothing extraordinary going on here. Coming in for the potential mate. That's not good news. Okay, there's so many pieces that can stop this from happening though. Yeah, now I can trade off, but I mean, that's the best I got, unfortunately. Yeah. Alright, and that's mate, so I gotta move out of the way. Yeah. I mean, we're completely lost, right? This is not even close. Um, can't move the pawn. Takes that pawn. Still can't take because it's mate. Move back again. Then that's a fork. Oh my goodness. Everything is just hanging. This is so bad. Oh, yeah, I'm actually out of moves here. I'm actually just completely out of moves. Because he's coming in and this, I'm just crushed. What to do? Alright, GG. I'm so lost. It's not even fun. Maybe the best guy. I really appreciate your positive comments, but I am completely screwed. There is nothing I can do. I mean, maybe he checks me again. I have to run away from my rook even. Yeah, he's not even giving me. Alright, this is GG. Alright. Um, Thank you to my opponent. I'm not happy that you came into the chat during the game, but I understand that that is part of what can happen if you're streaming online, so what to do about it. And I'm sure that there's something I can learn from the game, so I do appreciate that we had a game anyway. Let's have a look quickly by ourselves in the analysis. Alright, so close Sicilian, I still go knight c3, it's a Grand Prix. I like the fianchetto. Their fianchetto I'm not so used to. I think bishop c4 is the move I'm a bit more used to. But I think this is still perfectly fine. Um, Here, again, I think this is actually not best, but clearly I made a mistake playing against it. So I don't want to let the knight come in here, so I'm happy with this still. I'm still happy with this, thinking I can put my bishop on the long diagonal, although maybe at this point I should be doing something else. I'm not 100% sure. And in this position, I mean, I could close it off, and then we have to try break And maybe this is fine. I think taking also okay though. But maybe there's some, some deep positional reason why pushing past is better. Thank you very much for saying I'm a good player. And I very much appreciate that you're chatting in the chat. Just don't do it during the game, please. It's incredibly, yeah, distracting knowing your opponent can hear you speaking. It's not fun. But yeah, thank you very much for saying hi. And actually, I do appreciate you checking out the stream overall. So yeah, maybe closing off is better, and then we play against, they have to break here. Um, they have to bring their bishop out. We have to bring our bishop out. They've got more space though, so the other option is maybe that after they close off, we immediately say, all right, actually, we're gonna try and open things up here. I did also look at the idea of going here, going here and then putting our knight there trade, even if we lose the pawn, but I just didn't want to give them access to this square here. This feels very dangerous. So yeah, maybe this is okay. Here obviously there's no way for us to keep the pawn. They've got a million attackers, so we have to get our bishop out. And it's fairly clear that the action of the game is going to happen on the queen side now, so I decide bishop d, and not trading, I'm still happy. Not trading, I'm still happy. Here maybe so I had another idea which I didn't want to do because I wasn't sure, but probably what I should have done, we've moved our rook before our opponent did, so probably my bishop on the on this diagonal first is stronger, because maybe if they do the same, then we take, then they take, maybe we force them to take again on this side, and we can trade off their bishop, and in the long run I think this structure probably favors us a tiny bit, because actually, although they've got very deep access with these four pawns, our pawn here is giving us a stronger queenside position. So maybe in this position, preparing a bit more was better. Yeah, sure. One second. Yep. Yeah, so I think maybe here already I can say one other thing was maybe just getting my dark square bishop out this way. No one's coming in here, and if they do, I can always come back, but I'm faster to get my inactive bishop active, so maybe that would have worked. Okay, but we traded off, and clearly I'm not going to take with the pawn because my rook's hanging, so here, and here I missed the idea. I assumed that it was to bring the rook over, but a better idea is just to get the bishop out, which I've kind of not thought about, so, oh, sorry, not thought about, I didn't execute it. So here, the pawn move felt good, but actually this is a massive disaster. And here what I should have done is I should probably just give up the pawn. So they're going to take, and then maybe I take, and they've got two attackers on it, so maybe they force me to take with my bishop so they can't get a knight in here. And so they have these pawns, but I still have this one defending at least one of them. And I'll be able to bring my bishop out. Yeah, but here clearly I've missed the threat. And then I missed that I won't be able to defend it either, but at this point I'm so distracted it probably doesn't matter. Pushing doesn't matter. Anything that takes me, if it's the bishop that takes, I have no extra squares that matter. If it's the pawn that takes, I can go here, but why would they ever do that? So yeah, I'm just already completely losing here. Man, yeah, the position is really tough. We still got two bishops versus two bishops, but we already lost a rook. And we just lost a piece in this, right? Because the knight's done, and we can't take it back, and then we lose the piece. So we're completely crushed. So from there, tried to get some counterplay, but didn't even realize I was hanging. My play unraveled completely. My play unraveled super badly. Yeah, Joyce, Goyce, I'm actually over 2,000. But yeah, I'm not used to having my opponent in the chat. I was incredibly distracted, as you can see. So yeah, it's something to get used to as someone who's streaming. So let's run over to the analysis then. Our opponent in the 2000s, happy to play the 2000 opponent, that's always good. Eddicare13 is someone who's checking out a game as well. And we've got, I don't know about that. Alright, so let's have a quick look at what the theory says. Grand Prix G6 main line, knight f3, bishop G, bishop b5 and c4. Yeah, these are the main ones that I know. G3 scores well for black though, so interesting. D6 and E6, we play E6, bishop G2, knight GE, castle, castle, still completely main D3, and here D6 and D5, so D5 definitely feels like the right move. I actually think it looks like the engine says, yeah, it's a move. It's one of the options. Alright, so it's one of the options, so we go D5. E5 is the move. I'm very surprised actually. E5 is the move. Yeah, okay, and then just saying, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna let my bishop be stuck. So this is actually the theory that we should have followed a bit, I guess. Rook E1, knight up. Okay, so the idea we had afterwards in analysis is fair enough, but at the time I just thought, alright, cool, I have this square, and you know, I feel nothing super uncomfortable. Rook b8 could have been useful to be able to take with the pawn. We played a6, which is a move, but definitely isn't the one scoring the best. a6, okay, so we're at least in good company. Top lead chess, most people play a6 here, but f6 apparently is best. b6, rook b8 apparently also scores pretty well, just getting off the diagonal. Yeah, so we already looked at this, so here we go. a6 and a4 is a move. Queen c7, rook b8, and we played b6, which is not a move that... So b6 is still in the top lead chess database. Alright, and then d4. Yeah, there's a few of those. And then no one took. Okay, so maybe my mistake thinking I had to take bishop and knight. Yeah, so I took, but this was not the best move. Taking with the knight apparently is good. Opening up the knight. No, okay, so our positional understanding was a little bit wrong here. I thought it was like a French, so I should take because you can't get a pawn there, which means that I just have more pawns in the center, but maybe I keep the tension now that I've played the b pawn up because I can retake and I just finish my development. Or even put some extra pressure on the pawn, yeah. Because then I've got 3 attackers. So knight f5, dc is probably what you expect then bc, g4, and then knight back again. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I would be pretty comfortable that way. Alright, but unfortunately we took, and from there, still okay, still okay. Yeah, trading wasn't the best. We should have immediately broken, it seems. Okay, so this whole trading idea, not so good. The queen, missing the attack. Yeah, we just had to drop the pawn. Alright, so in this case, I was expecting them to take. I don't really know what the best way is to take. Maybe they take one. We take one. Maybe they don't take one. They don't want to give us the diagonal. Maybe they just take here. Yeah, then we have to take, and this is actually still good for black. Interesting. Oh, because we have this knight access, and the dark square bishop can come out. Oh, that's really unfortunate. We thought we had to avoid dropping the pawn, but apparently this is still pretty good, actually. That's very unfortunate. Okay, so complete mistake. We actually have to sack the queen. This is better than what we did. Oh man, yeah. Alright, but from there it's all just completely lost. Completely lost. Yeah. There we go, like mate and X. Ah, very unfortunate. Yeah, you can see here. Very unfortunate, but good to learn about that, yeah. I'm only 800 to 900. Yeah, chess is a journey. That's why we're doing Road to Better Chess. I was also 800 to 900 back in the day, so good luck. And I hope that you got something from this game. If only the fact that 2,000 players can still get distracted and destroyed along the way. So please don't feel discouraged if your number is lower. We are all trying to improve one way or another, right? So, alright, I'm actually going to jump over to my... is it in the Sicilian here somewhere? Yeah, just into my theory for a second. Just to see if I had any specific other lines. Yeah, this is what we played. G3 is what we did here. Slower Grand Prix sideline 2. E6 up, castle, castle, break. Oh wow. Okay, so literally where we stop knowing what to do is where our theory um, memo also stops. Okay, so we had completed the right idea up to here, but we did not continue the right way. Let's just look at rook b8 quickly as well, because actually that might be a nice line to know for next time. So here, rook b8. Rook b8, knight e2. What did our opponent play? They played d4. d4, and now you can take. No, they played a4. Apologies. They played a4, and now a6 or breaking. Let's do a6, then d4. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean it's all okay. It's all equals. But I do like the point of getting off the diagonal. I don't like the fact you might give the file to white though, so I probably don't want to take. So I'm not breaking here because I don't want to give them access to the file. But something to remember. Alright, absolutely sucks to lose, but it's part of the journey. So thank you very much to our opponent for coming by. I trust that they didn't do anything sneaky and that I was just distracted. And facing a Grand Prix is fun. It's definitely not something that we face every day. So yeah, it's good to refresh a bit and now to remember f6, rook b8 as two of the main plans that we have. And fantastic to face an opponent that is slightly higher rated than us, 2066. Yeah, pretty good. Alright, so thank you very much for everyone who came and tuned in. I appreciate all of you. Angada, who said hi to start, Vibe Kumar Mohanty, who said hi later on, well, asked me what my rating was. Our opponent, again, interesting situation. They even looked at our profile, saw we're in Japan, and wrote some Japanese. Anata wa yoku preishimasu. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That could either mean that I play a lot or I play often. I'm assuming both. And Goix, thank you very much for coming past as well. I appreciate you giving some comments. Thankfully, this is not a league game. In my league games, I don't look at the chat because outside assistance is a no-no. But yeah, by the time you were giving me assistance, I was so lost that it didn't even matter. So I'm sure there's no harm and no foul. Cool. So thank you very much, and see you all next time. As always, keep on improving and keep on walking. Bye bye.